Now, back to your friends, Don and Gino.
We would like you to be our friend. Be a friend of the Don and Gino Show. You know, we've been doing this for 3 years now because we love giving you great information, great advice from not just us and our research. And we do research every single week, which is a great thing. We know what's going on in the trends. In fact, we've nailed most 6 months before they actually happen, such as when the market was bottomed out, we nailed that 6 months before it actually happened. When interest rates are going up, nailed that 3 months before it happened. And now we're forewarning you that you're going to start seeing the statistics regarding prices, meaning year-over-year price appreciation. The amount that the prices have gone up in a year has been phenomenal. I mean, in Los Angeles, it was over 24% year-over-year. Ridiculous. The thing what we're letting you know, it's already backing down. It's already around 19 point something. It's going to continue to go down. This is not a sign that you shouldn't buy real estate or that we have a problem. We just cannot continue at that kind of pace. And you don't want it to, because then we'll have another crash. And crashes are no good for anyone. Sorry, it just isn't good for anyone.
No, in fact, Don, I want to touch on that, because remember, the one that's going to get really highlighted by the media is there's going to be one, and I can't tell you exactly what month, but between April and August at some point, there's going to be the one where it drops off the face of the planet. Yes. It's going to go from it's gone from 24 to 23 to 19. There's
going
to be the one that's going to go to 8.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, and they're going to jump all over that, because that's just a reflection of when the market spiked last year. It's the inverse relationship to what happened last year. So remember, that's just a mathematical equation. And kind of touching on what Janet Yellen was saying and the reports that we've been seeing.
Head of our Fed.
Yeah, so what I've been seeing lately, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. So I think that rates stay under 6% for a reasonable amount of time.
I will agree with you.
I don't know if it's a year, 18 months, or 2 years, but for a reasonable amount of time, rates stay under 6%. What's going to happen that's going to drive rates over 6% is when we have a really great unemployment number. It's going to take another year or two before we have rates.
Houses appreciating, everybody's making more money. Usually it's relative. Just so you know, when rates go up, it's relative to what's going on in the economy. They're down now because we're recovering. In fact, they're up. Remember, they were in the 3s. Now we're in the 4s. Guess where they're going, gang? This is why we're trying to please take action. And now's a great time. Don't wait for spring fling.
No.
Because it's already starting to pick up. We have the chart. Actually, Furman, go ahead and pop up that chart again. If you go online to donandgino.com and click on the Listen Chat Live, you'll see what we're talking about. It has spiked just in the last month to one of the highest levels it's been at in years, new home sales. That means a lot of you are out there going, hey, I'm ready to buy again. Everybody took the holiday off, evidently, like I've never seen before. But now you are out there purchasing homes again. Do not wait for the spring fling. Get in there now before prices go up and rates go up.
And here's something that you cannot see on any report, Don, and it happens to be because we're in real estate for a living, is I can tell you that when someone's calling in to get a mortgage, they're sending in their paperwork that day or the next day. Okay, that tells me that buyers are serious and motivated.
Not looky-loose.
Not the kind of activity we were getting in November, December. November, December, it was just questions. So right now, there is a sense of urgency in our buyers. You won't see that in reports until, I'm going to say, April, May, June. You'll see the sense of urgency I'm seeing today in June's reports when appreciation's back up and homes have gotten more expensive and rates have gotten more expensive.
I hope the FCC's not hearing this, because this is insider information.
It's just true. I mean, Don, we've seen it. We saw it last year. We're going to see it again. Things are looking pretty good for the housing market. And every time the housing market has helped this country recover from a deep economic recession, it's happening again. We see it happening.
Creates stability, creates jobs. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Get back in on the ground floor. Don't let it pass you by.
Well, let's touch base again with Mr. Ken Harris. He's sitting over here patiently going, good stuff though, right, Ken?
Definitely, absolutely.
You've been in this industry a long time. Don't you love seeing, you believe that the housing market's strong, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're involved in the housing market, I believe, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. So Ken was nice enough to join us again as one of our top experts, explaining a strategy that a lot of you really need to know. And please pay attention to this, because if it's not you, it's your parents, it's your friends, it's a family member that is thinking about buying and selling or investment properties, and that's where Ken comes in to save you thousands. Yes, I said that a little louder than normal because that's a lot of money. This is a strategy that can make a difference whether you can retire or how you retire. And Ken, how cool is that? You help people retire.
It feels good.
Yeah,
it feels
baby.
good when we help people successfully save money and retire and everything.
So Ken, one of the things that I want to tee up for you is another report, right? Because there was just a barrage of reports today. But Realty Track reports that institutional investor home buying is at a 22-month low. Media is going to jump all over that and say investors are out of the market. There's no more investors left. That's not true. They're just out of single-family homes for a little bit and moving into bigger and better things. Is that right?
Yeah, our market changes. Sometimes we have residential properties that are driving us, residential rentals. Currently, right now, commercial seems to be driving me, keeping us busy. Not to say there's no residential investment properties being moved, but yeah, it shifts with the economy, you know. So right now, commercial definitely seems to be bigger than residential for investment property.
That brings me to another subject. So if I have a residential property that's made me some money over the years, can I roll that into a new commercial property if that's where the money's at right now?
Absolutely. Now in the tax code, cool. Yeah, definitely. In the tax code, it says like-kind property. So there's a misconception out there that says, you know, hey, I'm selling a single-family residence rental. I have to buy a single-family residence rental. That's not the case. You could go from single-family residence to commercial as long as it's real estate being held as investment property, being exchanged for other type of real estate that's going to be held as investment property. So you go apartments to industrial to commercial to residential
this is like
if you
Monopoly.
wanted. Yeah, exactly. You could even exchange vacant land. You could get out of vacant land. Yeah, exactly.
Could it just be dirt? You know, because I know that right now, for the first time in 6-7 years,
yeah.
We're starting to hear a lot of people talking about plain old dirt.
Yeah.
A lot of people inquiring, hey, can I get a loan on this piece of land? Hey, there's this piece of land for sale over there. What do you think? I hadn't heard those talks
that's because
since
there's this
2004.
thing called construction financing again that disappeared.
I do want to bring up on vacant land, though. Exchanging out of vacant land to improve property is definitely good. You could successfully defer all your taxes. When you go from an improved property, a depreciable property, to a non-depreciable property, they'll tax you 25% on the depreciation you've taken on the property you sold. So be careful if you go into vacant land. Going out of vacant land, fine. Going into vacant land,
See,
be
this
careful.
is why we have experts on our show. Yeah. And we have Mr. Ken Harris with First American Exchange. Ken, how can they get a hold of you?
Please call me at 818-307-0085, or you can email me at Harris, Harris, at firstam.com. Spelled out, FIRSTAM.com.
Very nice. Or you can just go to Afterburn Fitness and you'll see him there.
Yes.
5 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah, with the rest of us clowns. How you liking waking up that early now and getting there?
I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it.
Takes a while, though, huh?
It does. You just got to, when that alarm rings, you just got to roll out.
You roll out.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
What I say.
Exactly. Roll out and get there.
But you got a lot more energy, huh?
You do. And as soon as you start working out, you're up.
You're all good.
It's your coffee.
Oh, yeah. I mean, once you're, for me, it's once I'm even in the car, I'm good. I took my pre-workout. You got to get yourself a good pre-workout, If you're not feeling motivated in the morning, get yourself a good pre-workout. There's plenty. I've tried 72 of them. They're all great.
Yeah.
He's talking about a drink. We wish it was our wives, but it's our drink. Sorry. This is a real show. Real people.
Hey, we're not talking about
and that real relationships.
Not that kind of exchange, Don.
Well, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so that's good information of what you can transfer in and out of. That's good information.
And go ahead.
And we could take that into like-kind property. Getting a lot of questions lately on where they could exchange into, in-state, out of state, out of the country. So anything within the 50 states is considered like-kind property. You cannot go out of the country. Got a lot of requests to go out of.
So we can't go to Canada.
Can't go to Canada. Can't go to Mexico. Can't go to Costa Rica. Costa Rica seems big lately. We did have a client.
Puerto Rico?
No bueno.
That's what I was bringing up. Puerto Rico. So we have U.S. territories. We have Guam. We have Puerto Rico. We have the U.S. territory of the Virgin Islands. Puerto Rico and Guam, we've never seen anything successfully or even tried really to go into Puerto Rico. I actually had a Puerto Rico question last week. We did have a client that went to the
Probably in
IRS.
Spanish, Gino can handle that.
Yeah, there you go. Got a private letter ruling from the IRS and was acceptable to exchange into the U.S. territory of the Virgin Islands.
Wow.
So we did see that. Puerto Rico, Guam, I can't say yes or no. It's potential. It's just a gray area. They could go to the IRS, maybe get some type of ruling that they can fall back on if it gets audited by the IRS later.
But again, you said you got a letter for the Virgin Islands, so what I'm thinking is that you guys, being the biggest, would have the opportunity to at least try to get more information if someone's seriously interested in trying to do that?
Yeah, well, usually the CPA goes and gets that information. The letter is just an opinion. It's nothing you could fall back on and say, hey, it works because of this. So it's an individual basis, and you got to be careful. You can't really rely on the opinion.
So there's probably better opportunities and no need to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love the fact that, a lot of people don't understand that you can exchange into other properties. Like I said, I like that you go from single family to apartments to commercial, land into apartments. There's a lot of different options for you.
Definitely a lot of different options. And Jerry Brown just passed something. It's not a new law, but when you exchange out of California, because you can go within the 50 states, people think, okay, if I sell 10 years down the road, I won't have to pay my California tax. Well, that's not the case. So if you sell eventually down the road and do not do a 1031 exchange, you move to Texas, say, your investment property, 10 years down the road, you go ahead and sell it, California is going to want their capital gain for what the gain they earned while they were in California.
You get a nice little letter from JB, Mr. J, going, hey, I want my money.
Yeah.
All right, we teased you a little bit right before the last segment. We got great tangents from Ken Harris with First American Exchange. But he's going to go into that partnership piece of the pie that we were talking about when we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We'll be right back.